Yo, yo, G, what time is it?
It's Cockney cook time.
Part 3 of 3. We made the first two videos, which was, oh, hang on, before we start, the main dish, which is what we're making for this video, and forgive me if I pronounce it wrong, because I probably am, is arroz con gandules, which I think roughly translated from Puerto Rican to English is yellow rice with peas. So come down, look at the ingredients, and I'll run through what we've done so far. On the two previous videos, we made some homemade sofrito. Reason why is because obviously the store-bought one has got chemicals, MSG, etc, etc, etc. Same with the seasonings, the Sazon, also again MSG in it, and the adobo, again food colorings, chemicals, etc, etc. So all of these are totally natural, made from scratch. Look up in the top left hand side, and I'll put a link to those videos up there so you can go back and watch them. The basis of the dish is going to be we're going to cube up some pork. I'm going to fry that after I put the bacon in, because I want the bacony flavour and the salt to transfer over into the pork to give it that more traditional flavour. So I've been told by my Puerto Rican friend, nice little lady called Hilda. Then also I'm going to be using some tomato paste rather than tomato sauce. And when I say sauce, I don't mean ketchup, I mean tomato sauce. The reason why we're using paste and not the sauce is because I've got to try and keep the whole dish relatively not dry, but not as watery as the regular gandules is. Because obviously, because we're keto, we're not using rice, we're using cauliflower. And cauliflower obviously isn't absorbent as what rice is. You know what I mean? If you put 4 or 5 cups of rice in, you're going to suck up 4 or 5 cups of water. Well, cauliflower's not going to do that. So obviously going to have to try and keep the water content down or cook it off. I'll have to see that through the making of it. Last time we done this, it was great. My friend Hilda said it tasted just like the one her mum used to make, but it was a little bit watery. So obviously we need to reduce the water somehow. The peas, which are obviously the star of the show, the gandules, which is the name of the actual dish. The carb content, if you was eating them on their own, would be relatively high, but you're only talking about 13 grams of carbs for half a cup of peas. So by the time you sort of spread that out over the whole dish, the carb content isn't going to be very high. So let me get all this all prepped up. I'm going to get the pans on the stove, get them heated up. The only thing missing off the board is obviously the regular things like salt and the cooking oil and stuff like that, which will obviously be, I'm going to use, we cooked a belly of pork, which we got the fat and that off of that. I'm actually going to use that to fry this up in, whereas if I didn't have that, I would be using like avocado oil as normal. So anyway, back in a sec when we've got all the pans on and everything's prepped. And we're off. Right, so in with the pork fat that I said to you that I took off the belly of pork that we cooked the other night. I'm going to use that to fry up our bacon. I just want to get this fried up a little bit first because I want some of the flavours from the bacon to go into the pork. And I don't know if you noticed that both the bacon and the pork that we use is from Butcher Box, which is all pasture raised pigs, cage free and no corn feed and etc, etc, etc. Basically just a lot better for you than all the random crap that you get from the supermarket. So okay, now let's get in there. I'm going to bang in our pork. Just let this start cooking. Let it suck up some of that saltiness and the flavour from that bacon. Bring the heat back up a little touch. Okay, I'm going to let this just cook off a little bit, and then I'll come back when we start adding the rest of the stuff in. Be right back. Right, okay, now we're starting to cook this down. We need to start adding in our ingredients. So we're going to go in with the sofrito first of all. I'm going to put roughly 3 tablespoons of that in. Okay, mix it in. Remember, this is all added flavour. Okay, next we're going to go in with our adobo, which is going to be roughly, so about a teaspoon and a half. And then the same with the Sazón, a teaspoon and a half. Okay, I'll give that a little mix up. Just let that pork just suck up those flavours, because this is the base of the dish, and this is all your flavours. Okay, I'm going to bang in the peas. Like I say, half a cup of peas. Like I say, if you wasn't keto, then you could probably use the whole tin, which they probably use about 2 tins, to be honest with you. And as I was saying, I'm going to put a healthy dollop of tomato paste in there. Alright, get all that mixed up. Alright, I'm going to let this simmer for a little bit, and then I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. Right, now we're at this stage. Normally what you would have done is you would have added, oh wow, about 4 or 5 cans of water. I'm only putting in about half a can. And the reason being is, remember, in the original dish, what happens is all of the water that you put in gets absorbed by the rice. Now remember, we ain't using rice, we're going to be using cauliflower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this like this. I'm going to let it simmer for a good while. I'm going to go and grate up the cauliflower, get that ready to go in. Leave this simmering so that the water reduces down a little bit more, and then I'm going to add the cauliflower in and mix it up, and then show you what it looks like from there. You don't need to see me grinding up cauliflower. I've done that, I don't know in how many videos. If you do, go up and watch this one. You'll show you how to grind it up. It's simple. Anyway, right, I'm going to go and get that done. I'll bring you back when the cauliflower's good to go in. Okay, been simmering away now for about 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes. And as you can see, most of the water's gone. Could still do with a little bit more of it going, but I think this will be okay. I'm hoping, as I said last time we done it, I actually used chicken stock, which you can use rather than the water, because again, remember, no rice, so it's not sucking it up. But here's our grated cauliflower. I'm going to bang that all in now and give that a good old mix, and then I'm going to reduce the heat and then just let that basically just simmer away. I want to say for probably about 5 to 10 minutes. Keep coming back and checking it. As you can see, this seems to be thickening up, which is a good thing. It's a good thing, because the original dish, obviously, once the rice has sucked up all the water, then it's going to be stodgy, as such as it's meant to be. Excuse the word, I couldn't think of anything else to say. Well, what the point I'm making is that, remember, you can always add water. You can't really take it away. So once I've mixed all this up, see how it's looking. If it calls for a little bit of water, then I'll add a little drop more water in. But let me see how this sucks this up first, because like I say, I don't want it runny. I don't want a soup. I want it to be more like the original dish, so a little drier as such. So let me let this run for about 5 minutes. I'll see how it is. I'll come back to it, and then we'll see if we need to add any water or whatever. So back in about 5 minutes. Right, it's been running for probably about 10 minutes, and as you can see what I was saying, see all the water that's coming out of the cauliflower. That's why I didn't want to add any more water. So, I mean, it's looking good. I think I might give it a little taste test, just see how we are. But no, it's looking good. It smells great, if nothing else. So, okay, let's have a quick taste. See how we are. Yeah, that's good. The crunchiness of the cauliflower's gone. It's got a little bite to it, but the crunchiness is gone, so it's not cauliflower anymore. Can't taste the cauliflower. All I can taste is the all the ingredients. Got a bit of bacon. This is even better. That was a bonus. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run just for literally 5 more minutes, just to see if I can steam off a little bit more of that water, and then I'll get it plated up and show you what it looks like when it's done. So be back in about another 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so there we are. Arroz con gandules. Again, I apologise to the whole of the Puerto Rican community. So just finish off with a little sprinkling of cilantro or coriander, whatever you want to call it. Okay, there we go. One finished dish. So let's have a proper taste. Let me find a bit of pork. There you go, there's a bit of the pork. Tender. Hot. Oh wow. Yeah, it's great. Again, like I said before, no crunchiness. You're leaving it for the extra. Back up a little bit. Got to turn the gas off. Leaving it for that last 5 minutes to just get rid of some more of the moisture. As you can see, that's great now. That's not runny in any way, shape or form. And that was the only complaint of my little Puerto Rican friend, Hilda. She said it was a bit runny. And as you can see, that ain't runny. That worked out fantastic. I'm over the moon with that. And I just need to find more of my Puerto Rican friends to taste it, to tell me if it does taste as good as what the original does. It's far better for you. The carbs are a lot lower. Like I say, you're not using the rice, so you cut the carbs down amazingly. So there you go. So once again, comment, subscribe, hit the like button. I'm not decided yet until I get all 3 of the videos. I might, if it's not too long, I might squish all 3 of them together. If it is too long, then I'll split them up into 1, 2, 3 parts, and then you can watch them through each. But I will release all 3 of them at the same time, whether it's too long or not. So until next week, thank you for joining me again, subscribers. Great for you coming back, appreciate it. Any new people, please hit that subscribe button down there. Ring the little bell so you know whether, or when should I say, we release new videos. Until then, hit the like button, stay safe, laters.